You remember when you were a kid and you said, why? Why, Mom? Why, Dad? And they said, because I said so. And I'm thinking that if you're God, you can pretty much get away with saying, because I said so. Or as a parent, I've pulled that a few times. Yeah. But as God, I think you can get away with saying, look, you're here. Shut up. But he says, no, look through the books, everything that's happened, put me to the test. Have I been loving and have I been just? Because the only way to have pure relationships for the rest of for eternity, the only way to have honest relationships, God says, I will completely expose myself for you to say, you might have been wrong on this one, God, and I will let you challenge me. Ask all the questions you want. Are you for real? I wouldn't do this with my kids. There's a certain point I tell my kids, we're going that way, and you're getting in the car, and if you're not getting in the car, there will be consequences. And the more you mouth off to me, the steeper the consequences will become. Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah, amen. So,
God doesn't do that because the only way to rebuild these relationships is for complete transparency to happen. So he says, I'm exposed myself. You push, you look. I think as God's all about relationships, and this isn't in the Word, but this is my own thing, that during that 1,000 years, you and I may have to go face to face and talk. We may have to deal with some past hurt and past pain to deal with it and let it be gone. If I've lied to you, I have to come and get honest. And that's my own personal interpretation. It's not in the Word, so you don't have to believe that. Like, it's key to honest relationships. Okay? So what happens next? When the 1,000 years come to an end, Satan will be let out of prison. He will go out to deceive the nations in every corner of the earth. He will gather them together. And I saw them, verse 9, as they went up on the broad plain of the earth and surrounded God's people and the beloved city. So God's city has come down from heaven. We have come down from heaven at this point, back to this earth. What happens when God reveals himself for who he is? See, God doesn't show himself as God very often. Never does. Imagine what would happen if God came in all of who he is right here, right now. Bam! There's two things that would happen. One, we'd be killed because we're mortal. Man, we couldn't handle it in the presence of God. Or number two, if we somehow stayed alive, we would cease to have the power of choice. Because the awesomeness of God is so great. So we see this city, we see God there. Then those who did not go to heaven, were not with God, are resurrected. And they see the New Jerusalem. They see God. And God does something that he's never done before, which is reveal himself for who he is. And I believe that's when the prophecy will happen, that every knee will bow and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Because they can't choose but